I guess everyone knows Sophie Rain by now since she's trending for reportedly making $43 million in a year as an OF model. Many people are curious or questioning how she's earning that much money. Adam22 of No Jumper claims that Sophie Rain is a liar and that there's no way she's making such a huge amount. For context, Adam22 was once questioned about his wife's career on which he tolerates, so he has some insight into how OF models make money. He is now claiming that Sophie Rain is lying. So, there's this episode in which an adult film model and Sophie Rain are talking about how much money Sophie Rain is making. In response to this episode, Adam22 said that everyone who believes this nonsense is stupid because he mentioned that Ruby Rose, an OF model, was only making less than $1 million every month. Adam knows a lot of OF models, and most are making hundreds of thousands a month. He also said that since Sophie is not making actual adult videos for OF, there's no way she's making that much money. He then added that, yes, she's making a lot, but not as much as she's claiming right now. Just to make everything clear, Sophie did post a receipt showing that she's really making that much money by sharing her actual earnings. The other side of the story claims that she's making no more than $650,000 per month. But let's be honest, guys, those are still big numbers. So, from those rumors, she's only making $7 million annually and not $43 million. Whether this is true or not, photoshopped or not, we're talking millions here. This is really a big amount of money. And you, the one watching this, are making what? That also includes me, the one making this story. So why don't you guys click the like button and subscribe so we can all make that amount? Anyway, she's also saying that if we need more proof than what she gave, we just need to tell her, and she will provide everything. Well, a lot of people are now raising eyebrows and saying that this can lead to trouble, while on the other side, some see it as a bridge to success. While everyone is arguing about this trend right now, Sophie Rain, the OF model herself, is a bit frustrated as others are using her pictures to make money from them. Her followers are starting to get confused about whether it's fake or not, and Sophie Rain is scared that one day, her pictures could be used in some sort of scam. Since her story is now all over the internet, even her OF models were curious about how much she was making. Even they were questioning Sophie about her earnings and saying this is only a stunt to elevate her profile to a high standard. One model said that she saw Sophie's video about the earnings and mentioned there's a possibility that being white makes a huge difference in this kind of career. She also said that Sophie needs to start being honest. However, Sophie replied to this and said that there are a lot of OF models who aren't white and are making a lot of money like she is, and some other OF models just need to widen their market. Did you know that Sophie Rain's earnings can surpass the annual incomes of professional athletes and even medical professionals? Even when combining the salaries of Saquon Barkley, Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, and Christian Gonzalez. With that said, everyone might think about changing their career to being an OF model to solve their country's poverty. And you know what? Sophie hasn't done any nudity in these videos. It's just a bunch of her dancing with clothes on. Can you believe this? So now, everyone is wondering why people spend money on these videos when you can watch much more on free sites like P-Hub. Did you know this is a phenomenon where something feels more valuable and worth it when you pay for it rather than getting it for free? The great experience of paying for it is what they are buying into. But behind this is a struggle in society where everyone is more hooked on digital interactions. Nowadays, it seems a lot of us are being satisfied by the digital age. However, what the OF model is risking for this is their future of having a good society around them, a good husband, and having kids. Do you think it is worth the money they are getting? Well, everyone is saying that Sophie Rain must stop because it's not healthy for society, especially for young people. How Sophie Rain is making that much money is really questionable for everyone, and from whom she is getting it is also unclear. Others said it's just an OF, but that's just the beginning. The next morning, you'll find out that these models are affecting young minds, and instead of focusing on their hobbies, they're spending time watching those videos online. Sophie Rain also surpasses actors and actresses with professional careers in terms of financial gain. Can you believe that? So let's break down Sophie's earnings. If she's earning $43 million a year, It means that Sophie makes almost $4 million a month and $1 million a week. That's a lot. You could literally buy a private island, a premium yacht, houses, and still have a lot remaining after buying all those things. And all those people are paying for that piece of video. We can say that she's really an A-lister when it comes to ranking those of models. She's like one of the untouchable but higher earning girls living in the digital world, and guys are digging her. Remember that in Aiden's podcast, Sophie Rain didn't want to reveal her earnings, so Aiden came up with an idea where he would say a figure, and Sophie just needed to say if it was higher or lower. When Aiden said 500K, Sophie said lower. However, 4 months later, she's now claiming that she's making millions. This got people thinking and questioning Sophie. What is the truth? Did that podcast make people curious enough to start paying money to watch her? We still don't know what the truth is. That being said, these are just the numbers from her OF videos. And for sure the podcast itself made good figures too. In case you didn't know, many believe that this podcast is a very scripted one. They rehearse it, act it, and most importantly, they plan it. After you watch it, you can say that this is literally a scam, and these are the same guys who are making millions behind the scenes. Professionals struggle every day, physically and emotionally attached to their work, but these guys are surpassing a lot of their actual yearly earnings. So stay on this video because we're not done exposing these guys yet. When everyone heard this news, they were really scared about what's happening in these digital times. I mean, this is really shocking. Memes are everywhere, saying how Sophie got so much money just by standing in front of the camera. Sophie sold everything here, not only her personality, but her dignity, soul, and even her pride. She literally has a price tag on her. However, if you saw all those videos, it seems she didn't care at all, so why should we? Nevertheless, we should be alarmed by this kind of act because we have family members who might be getting addicted to these kinds of videos. These kinds of girls are not going to date you unless you're ready to spend a lot of money on just one date. We're not talking $100, but maybe $1,000 for one date. Man, that's just absurd. However, it's not a problem for those guys who have a lot of money to spend on something they crave. You could say that these girls have a lot of money today, but what will happen in the future? I may ask you again, is it still worth having this much money after hearing all these words? There's a lot of revelation from Aiden's video. Sophie also said that she was a virgin, but who knows? We don't have to dive into this. If we're talking about their industry, we know a lot of women are doing just the same as Sophie Rain, and maybe worse, but how is she different from them? How did she become one of the most popular girls from TikTok influencer to OF model? It's quite interesting to know. Guys, it's because of us men. We can't deny that it's because of how she dresses, her movements, and not to mention, she's also pretty. That's how she got her millions of views. Whether you like her or not, you might have a second thought about watching her videos. So from these viewers, you can say that men, from younger ones to who knows what age, are the ones she is grabbing attention from. But mostly, she's burning these kids' minds. It is a distraction that parents can't remove from their kids. And aside from this, Sophie also admitted that most of her viewers are the younger ones. You can say that this is a big problem. Sophie clearly knew what she was doing from the start and knows who her target audience is. It looks like she's gaining a lot of money from these kids, and when you add her older viewers, that's a lot to take in. And as long as the internet is around, nobody can stop this kind of act. What do you all think about this? Let me know in the comments section, and don't forget to watch the next video.